Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, when you suffer a burn, the heat is on to save your skin. We'll share cool tips for avoiding injury. Then, you've never seen Cleveland like this. Hop on board for terrific tours of our favorite town. Feeling down in the mouth? Our dental do's will get you grinning again. Plus, we'll map out ways to help a disabled loved one find the road to success. And we'll explain why a power of attorney is a powerful tool for you and your family.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. Burns are always bad news, but as we age, a simple burn could get complicated. Dr. Ann J. Candelwall is here to help us turn down the heat by reviewing the do's and don'ts for burn avoidance. Dr. Candelwall is the co-director of the Comprehensive Burn Care Center at Metro Health. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, why can burns become so much more serious as you get to be a senior?
So as you age, your skin gets thinner, and therefore a burn that may cause a minor injury in, say, someone who's younger, as you get older, it can actually cause a more serious injury.
Okay, even a splash of hot water, huh?
Even a splash of hot water. You'd be surprised, but water at 156 degrees can actually cause a deep second-degree burn in just 1 second of contact.
Wow, kind of like going outside and getting a sunburn. Now, we know what to do with sunburns, right? We just have to stay out of the sun. We need to put on sunscreen. But you're going to tell us a little bit more about some other kinds of common everyday burns and how to avoid it. So we're starting with scald burns.
Correct. So the first thing to remember with scald burns is that you have to be very careful when you're working around the kitchen. So just be careful, make sure your feet are steady, make sure you're cooking with the proper utensils, and just make sure your hands are dry and you don't avoid and you can avoid spilling anything.
Should you set your water heater at anything specific for that?
And so it's important to set your water heater at a low temperature. So water heaters ideally should be set at 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So anything above that can actually predispose you to a significant burn. So if your house is older, your water heater or the thermostat on your water heater may be set up or set higher, you really do want to turn that down and make sure it's around 120 degrees.
Okay, well that's good. Next that can happen, especially in the kitchen, are grease burns.
Correct. So we all love cooking, and grease burns can actually be very severe. And so a lot of us think that maybe grease burns aren't that bad, but interestingly enough, they actually are. So almost 2/3 of the patients that we see with grease burns in our clinic actually require surgery to take care of their grease burns. They can actually be that severe just because the temperature is very hot.
Okay, how do you put out a grease burn?
So the most important thing is you don't want to throw anything on it. You don't want to throw water on it. You don't want to throw baking soda or anything on it. The most important thing is you just want to cover the pan, so with a lid.
Keep a lid right there handy.
Keep a lid right there handy with you, correct.
All right. Next one I think might even be against the law in some places, but burning trash.
Right, so some people do like to burn trash, and so if you are going to do it, even though you have to make sure that you're within the rules to do it, is you have to be careful. So try not to use accelerants, so gasoline and things like that. If you are going to do it, just make sure that you're staying a safe distance away from the fire. Make sure you have some precautions with you. Make sure you have a fire extinguisher with you, and make sure that you're doing it outside.
All right. Now, one that surprised me is, do people really still smoke around their oxygen tanks?
So you would be surprised, and I know sometimes it sounds funny, but unfortunately we do see a lot of patients who are smoking with their oxygen tanks on. Oxygen is a very, very flammable substance,
Exactly.
and so you don't want to be doing that. Ideally, you don't want to be smoking in general because we all know it's not very good for your health. But if you are going to, please be sure and don't smoke with your oxygen tanks on. You can really get a bad facial burn, and it can really cause some other complications.
Oh man, and make sure you've got your smoke detectors and all of that.
And the most important tool for prevention is to make sure that your smoke detectors are working, make sure your fire alarms are working, and if you do have a carbon monoxide detector in your house, make sure that's working as well. Okay. Prevention is by far the best key.
But if we end up with a burn, now what do we do?
If you end up with a burn, ideally you want to come and see us. So at Metro Health Medical Center, we are actually the state's only adult and pediatric verified burn center, so we're very unique in that regard. But if you do have a burn injury, you do want to come and see us. For simple burns, sometimes the same treatment that you would for a sunburn. So even a little bit of a moisturizing lotion or a moist antibiotic ointment would be fine. However, if it's a more severe burn,
the ugly looking blistered burns.
Right, exactly. That's where you
Get some help.
especially need to come and see us. So if you have blisters, if it looks like your skin's peeling off, or if you're just concerned, you really do need to come and see us. So seek medical attention, call 911 if you need to, and make an appointment, come and see us.
All right, good advice. The best trick for treating a burn, preventing it in the first place. Follow Dr. Candlewall's tips for keeping burns at bay. And for more help, use the information that's coming up next.
To learn more, call Metro Health at 216-778-7800 or visit their website www.metrohealth.org. Next, discover a delightful destination. It's Cleveland. But first, this sports star was a big man on campus, playing ball on an undefeated football team, tapping the top scoring spot in his basketball conference, and taking time to run track. But that's not all. There was one other sport he played that put him permanently in the pros. Based on our clues, can you name this UCLA alum and the game that stole his heart? We'll bring home the answer when we return.
Here, we're improving the health of our community. Here, a student sees a doctor without ever leaving school. Here, a stroke survivor regains the use of his right hand. Here, a foster child gets the consistent care he deserves. Here, and here, we're breaking new ground every day. So we can break ground here tomorrow. Be a part of the Metro Health transformation. It's good for everyone. Here.
Before he broke barriers in professional baseball, Jackie Robinson ran the bases of a bevy of sports at UCLA, earning letters in basketball, football, track, and yes, baseball.
Planning a trip? Looking for a great getaway? Have we got the spot for you? Travel to your own hometown, Cleveland. Lindy Vespoli has packed up some special sites just waiting to be discovered at this desirable destination. Lindy is the Director of Destination Management for Discover My Cleveland. So welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Cleveland's got a lot of great stuff, and you're going to take us on a tour of some of the things that we shouldn't miss. But this is your business every day, right? So how does business as usual work for you?
Well, the purpose of our company is to welcome visitors to the area and help them discover what makes Cleveland shine. They are usually from out of town, meetings and conventions, school groups and senior groups, but we have a lot of locals as well. The purpose of a destination management company is to assist these groups with the components of their visit: tours, transportation, hotel rooms, meals. Okay. Whenever they're looking for a local expert, we're there to help.
So you help coordinate all those pieces that the convention people don't want to bother with. Exactly. So let's take a tour. We're going to start with something that is straight at the top.
Right at the top. That would be the observation deck of Terminal Tower. This is actually the beginning of a very popular tour that we offer, Cleveland from Above and Below.
Okay.
Starting on the 42nd floor of the Terminal Tower at the observation deck, you have wonderful views throughout the entire city and out to the lake. However, it's only open to the public on Saturdays and Sundays from April to December, but Discover My Cleveland has the ability to get groups in there any time of the year.
Anytime, oh, that's good. So you take a look at the whole city, and then we start moving along the tour. Next is something called Dunham Tavern.
Dunham Tavern is actually the oldest building still on its original site in the city of Cleveland. It was a stagecoach stop on the Buffalo to Cleveland to Detroit Post Road. Has a wonderful museum with tales of the original homeowners, the parties and the political gatherings that they had there. And the plantings and landscaping out in the garden all depict early settler life in Cleveland.
Wow, so that's amazing. Where is this tavern? I've never heard of it before.
Oh, it's on Carnegie. It's actually kind of close to the Cleveland Clinic. It's an interesting juxtaposition between state-of-the-art clinic and the origins
the really
of Cleveland.
Old stuff. All right. Third stop on our tour is the Polka Hall of Fame. Now, where else but in Cleveland would you find that, right?
Of course, and it's such a wonderful testimony to this important part of our cultural history. They have the mission of promoting and preserving the Cleveland style of polka music, and they call that the happiest sound around. Another happy sound is the fact that the museum is free.
Oh yes, always free is good. Free is good. And then we are coming around. I've seen lots of things today, but our final destination, the Soldiers and Sailors Monument.
In Public
Yeah,
Square.
people see that every day, but they don't even think that there's anything important about it.
Oh, it's a wonderful monument dedicated in 1894 to those who gave their lives in the Civil War. On Public Square, the main building is always open and available to the public, but underneath there are tunnels. They were filled, supposedly, by the city with ammunition in case there was going to be another war so that we would be prepared. The ammunition is no longer there, but the tunnels are, and supposedly haunted by perhaps the guard who was there to check on the ammunition. Because of that hauntedness, the tunnels are only open to the public on Halloween.
Oh, okay.
But Discover My Cleveland, again,
you get to get in anytime.
we can get in anytime.
Oh man, I gotta book a tour. So do you want to see more of our special city? Get a group together and give Lindy a call. She'd be happy to host your group's gathering. My thanks to Lindy for taking us on a terrific tour.
Our pleasure.
For more information, call Discover My Cleveland at 216-369-9399 or log on to www.discovermycleveland.com. Next, turn your frown upside down. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. When it comes to your investments, you want to avoid any risky business. To find out how to protect yourself, attend a complimentary seminar presented by the Lineweaver Financial Group. Risk in Your Financial World will be offered Tuesday, May 12th at 1 p.m. and again Thursday, May 14th at 6 p.m. at the Lineweaver offices in Valley View. To reserve your seat, call 1-888-313-4009.
Did you know dentists double as detectives? They're determined to discover dental evildoers. The main suspect, decay. And our own dental detective, Steve Marsh, is here with details on how to disarm this oral offender.
Hi, Lori. Quite an introduction.
Yes, all the D's. So how can we tell if it is decay that's guilty in breaking and entering into our teeth?
Very cute. So one of the things that I always think about as a practitioner is that what happens with decay is what happens in nature itself. And I actually have some bananas here today. So what happens with a banana or most fruit, if it spoils, it turns color, it changes texture, it changes odor. All of those are signs that tell us maybe that banana isn't ripe or isn't ready to be eaten. In fact, I had 3. I ate one while we were waiting.
So it's not too unripe yet.
Yeah, but what happens with nature is what happens with the tooth. The tooth will change color. It'll change dark, brown, black. It'll change texture, and the dentist can see how deep it is and whether it's soft or hard. Very much like a banana.
Okay.
You know, I was thinking, Lori, in the old days, my father, who was a dentist, started in 1932 or 33. That's about all he had to detect decay, and that's an explorer, and that's what the dentist still uses. When we look at a groove or something, we're not sure exactly whether or not it's decay. That's where we started, and then came x-rays and a lot of other wonderful new things that we can use to detect things.
Yeah, x-rays started out as just little tiny things, right?
Right. So, Lori, here's an old-time x-ray for your viewers to see. That's what the dentist, you see them, we put them up on a screen, and we look and we try to look closely. It's a little hard with the light in here, but it's about 1 inch long, and that's what we had in the old days. Today we use digital x-rays. There's 90% less radiation, and they work very well. In fact, here's a picture of a patient of mine in the office. She's looking at a complete set of x-rays. It's 18 x-rays. It's less than being in the sun for about 3 minutes. But we're also, as a dentist, able to enlarge it and look at it and change the contrast, so we can be very specific when we're looking at x-rays. Here's another fairly new instrument. It's called the Diagnodent. We have that as well. It's actually like a laser, and what we do, Lori, is we put it on the tooth when we suspect there's decay, and it gives us a reading anywhere from 0 to 100, and it's pretty obvious.
Okay.
And this is a picture of Amy, our hygienist in our office. This is called the caries view. This is the latest piece of instrumentation to show decay. She's actually holding it in a patient's mouth, difficult to see, but it's a very high intensity light, and it has no radiation at all. And then it will show up on our X-ray screen, and we're able to see if there's decay. Because not everything's so black and white, so to speak, with an X-ray. With that light, we're able to be very sure of our diagnosis.
You can pinpoint it and get it and detect it. Once you detect it, how do you destroy it?
So, you know, the same old thing, we use the drills to take it out. Now, one thing that's very important, it's sort of like rust on a car. Here's a patient of mine who came in. He was actually Lori, 22 years old. He had actually had braces, and he drank a lot of energy drinks. He was a good athlete, and it literally rotted the teeth.
Oh, dear.
So here's the picture before. The picture after is actually during the procedure. We've taken out the decay, and what we use is a dye in our office. We wipe it on the tooth to make sure all the decay is out, because just like rust on a car, if you leave any, it's not good. And there's the upper arch restored. We haven't gotten to the lower arch, but we've used composite fillings. That's a huge advance versus silver fillings. But again, just like your last earlier guest, you want to get to it before it happens.
Right.
So here's somebody else who came to me recently. He had decay. He had lost a tooth. And then the question is, how do you restore it? We went in, we took out the decay. He wanted a permanent restoration. That's all porcelain, and today our porcelains, as I've mentioned before, are very strong. They're very aesthetic. And in this case, here's a woman who had 2 crowns done many years ago. Presented very well. She was in advertising, wouldn't smile because she was ashamed of that work. Those were old crowns. We took them off. We put new porcelain crowns and veneers, removed all the decay first, and then restored the teeth with that beautiful smile. So
amazing the things that can be done to get
right. So we have to detect it, and once it's there, we have to make it beautiful and aesthetic.
All right, thank you. Mystery is solved, but the case isn't closed until your own dental decay has been cleared. For help, give Steve a call. His number's next.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, helping children with special needs find a future.
It's time to get up and go, an exercise minute on Golden Opportunities.
Hello everybody, it's Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and today we're here to show you how to work not only the back muscles, not only the bicep muscles, but also the shoulder muscles. You ready to go?
Ooh, multi-purpose.
That's right. We have a chair out in front of us. This is just basically to give us some distance and something to hold on to. We want our feet shoulder width apart. We're going to maintain very good posture. We have a dumbbell in our right hand today, so we're going to bend at the waist, lean forward and grab that chair. Let the dumbbell hang straight down to your side. Now from here, all we're going to do is pull the dumbbell into the chest in starting a lawnmower type motion, okay? 12 and 15 repetitions. Make sure your elbow comes past your back as much as you can, okay? So again, 12 to 15, switch sides. How's it feeling?
Ooh, my arms need this.
Pretty good, right? Yeah. This is a good overall exercise, guys. Okay, again, remember, make sure you breathe, exhale with exertion, and inhale as your body rests. Beautiful. All right, everybody, 12 to 15, and now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
We all want to help our kids find a pathway to success, and that includes parents of special needs children as well. But their road can turn rocky when trying to find services to help with this goal. Thankfully, there is New Avenues to Independence to help map out this journey. Cheryl General is the Children's Programs Director at New Avenues, and she's here to point the way to a brighter future. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, special needs children and their parents need special support at every turn. What can they find at New Avenues?
Well, I think many times parents feel that they have to do everything on their own, and that's not the case. New Avenues can help by providing services and programs that will benefit both the parent and the child. Currently, we are serving over 750 individuals in Northeast Ohio, and we have services and programs that will help with things like housing and medical appointments, grocery shopping, transportation, daily activities, vocational services, and even employment opportunities.
So everything from younger children all the way up to adult children. We can't forget.
Exactly.
All right. So all of those are great and vital, but how about having fun?
Yes. Fun is good. We have fun. We have recreational programs as well. In fact, we have 2 specific children's programs that provide not only activities that are enjoyable for the children, but they also provide parents a bit of a chance for some respite. Our New Avenues Swim Gym and More and our New Avenues Summer Camp both design their activities so that the children are having fun, but they're also growing not only physically, but intellectually and socially and personally.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the Swim Gym and More.
Well, Gym Swim and More is a 4-hour Saturday program that's held from the end of October to the beginning of May. It includes activities that are both therapeutic and recreational. We have a theme each week so that we design the activities and games and crafts to go with that theme. It might be something seasonal, like fall favorites. It could be more general, like animals or transportation or colors. And then the activities, like I said, go with the theme. And when the children come to Swim Gym and More, they participate in a schedule that includes swimming, activities in the gym, a craft, a snack, and center time. And our staff is just the best. They are certified in first aid, CPR, and CPI. In fact, many of our Swim Gym and More staff also work for New Avenue Summer Camp.
And summer camp even for special needs kids, like the camp I remember?
Well, this is our New Avenue Summer Camp. Yes, it's for special needs children, but we welcome children with both with and without disabilities. Our New Avenue Summer Camp is held for 5 weeks in the summer. This year, it's going to be at Broadmoor School in Mentor, Ohio, from June 22nd to July 24th. Children come from 8:30 in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon, Mondays through Fridays. We are an extended school year provider, and all of our teachers are certified by the state of Ohio. The children, when they're at camp, they're not only working on their extended school year goals, but they're also participating in a schedule of activities that include swimming, music therapy, arts and crafts, gym time, and outside play. We also have autism supports in place at our summer camp, and we provide therapy services. So children can receive occupational therapy, speech therapy, or physical therapy if they need those services. Everything.
It's everything.
Yes.
And we know it's important. We find our kids find ways to be as independent as possible. And that's a special challenge for parents of special needs children. But all children also need to have fun, and New Avenues covers that base too. But education is also important. In fact, our law firm is partnering with New Avenues to present a seminar on ways to financially assist disabled children the week of May 11th. To find out more about New Avenues services, the seminar, or to offer your own personal and financial support, use the information that's coming up next.
Learn more by calling New Avenues to Independence at 216-481-1907 or click to www.newavenues.net. Next, proactive protection for your money and your health.
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
Two things in life are true for everyone: death and taxes. But what comes in between? What if you become incapacitated? If you can't handle your finances or health care anymore, where do you turn for help? Let's turn to my law partner, Mike Solomon, to help solve these issues. So, Mike, what does happen if a person becomes unable to pay their bills or make their health care decisions?
Well, hopefully, if you've planned in advance, you have a durable power of attorney, a legal document, so that you'll have that issue covered.
Okay. What is a power of attorney? You said that so easily. I mean,
Well, it is a legal document. You're appointing an attorney-in-fact, someone who can handle all your affairs for your financial affairs. You can list various things, or you be specific or general, like paying your bills, filing your taxes for you, maybe selling your house if that needs to be. Someone can handle your affairs for you if you're not able to handle them yourself.
Okay. Is there one individual form like that everybody can get a hold of and use?
Well, a number of years ago, the Ohio passed in the Ohio Revised Code a statutory power of attorney. So it's a form that Ohio is okay to use, but also many people still have individual forms so they can tweak it for their own uses.
So it can be customized?
Right. You can have
okay. Who should I appoint as my attorney-in-fact?
Well, this is really important. You have to appoint someone you trust because it's a really powerful document, and if the person abuses it, you're going to be in trouble. So you want to make sure you appoint someone you trust. Think about, you could have co-power holders, so they both have to sign it together if you're worried about some of those things. And certainly want to name some successors, so you have a few people named in a row.
Good idea. Now, can your financial person also deal with medical issues for you?
Well, yes, but you should have a separate document. So you have a financial power of attorney and you have the healthcare power of attorney, and that lays out, again, someone that you trust who can make all your medical decisions, choose your doctors, look at your medical records, and make all those sorts of decisions that you can't make yourself. And again, you can name the primary person and you can name successors after that.
That would be important. So what happens if I don't have this power of attorney, or I don't have a healthcare power of attorney signed?
Well, if you become incompetent, then you're going to have a guardianship. Someone's going to have to go to court and become appointed guardian to handle your affairs for you. And there's a lot more paperwork that has to be filed with the court, and therefore it could be more expensive than if you just went ahead and had the healthcare power of attorney, which is also a form, and a financial power of attorney, and get that done so you have that in place.
All right, sounds like really good advice. So as you can see, a power of attorney is a powerful tool to have in place, and the best time to create them? Before you need them. For help, give Mike a call. The number's coming up next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, we're going to have lots more, but until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
Would you like to join our kitchen conversation? All you have to do is call toll-free 1-877-765-1543 and leave us your question, name, and phone number. Or log on to www.golden.tv for all the latest information and show updates.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.